Hello, Bright Fisher Fish Farm. It's our channel where we give you all you need to know about fish and their growth. Subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed to this channel before. Just hit on the subscription button and also hit on the notification button so that you'll be notified when we drop our videos. And today we are going to be talking about water quality and how they affect our fish and how they make fish behave inside the pond, the fish and their behavior with water quality. Any fish farmer that wants to record a high survival of fish and better growth must pay attention to water quality. Not just attention, pay good attention to water quality. Understanding and predicting fish performance in pond can be relatively difficult without the prior knowledge of how water parameters influence fish behavior. In the last couple of years, I have observed that farmers that operate good ponds stocked with the high quality and high quantity of fish seed still record huge losses, even though they fed their fish very well. Why? This is due to poor knowledge of fish water chemistry. Fish eat, feed, and also defecate inside same water where they live, and the quality of the water inside which they live directly affect feed efficiency, rate of growth, survival, and state of health of the fish. When water quality depreciates, consumed feed is not properly converted into body flesh. Poor growth is recorded. Fish survival is affected, and ultimately massive fish kill may occur. In fish production, key water quality parameters which need to be continually monitored are temperature, dissolved hydrogen, dissolved oxygen, pH, and ammonia. Due to the dynamics within the pond, these parameters could change at short notice. I desire to share my experience and observation with fish farmers concerning the various ways in which the inflation of these water parameters could influence fish health, fish growth, and fish survival. Now, let's look at dissolved oxygen, DO. The relevance of monitoring the level of dissolved oxygen in pond is very important. For the African catfish, a farmer should try as much as possible to maintain dissolved oxygen levels at between 4 mg/liter to saturate level in the pond. Gas bubble diseases can happen to the fish when DO levels are constantly too high and the water is super saturated to well above 300%. When DO level is constantly between 1.5 mg/liter to 5 mg/liter, fish will be alive, but feed intake will reduce. Growth rate will also reduce, and high feed conversion ratio will be recorded. When DO level are lower than 1.5 milligram, fish will be stressed and they will die. The period of achieving desired weight in fish will be lengthened and ultimate loss on investment will occur. In fact, I can categorically emphasize that with consistent low level of DO in ponds, the use of low quality feed might even be a waste of money. This is simply because of the fact that fish breathe in oxygen for general body metabolism. DO is needed to help break down any potential harmful metabolic waste into less harmful forms, e.g., ammonia, broken down into nitrates, NO2, and then into nitrates, NO3. And now let's look at temperature, the importance of water temperature and how it affects your fish. Unlike man that is warm-blooded, fish are cold-blooded. The metabolism which occur in their bodies is greatly influenced by the water temperature. For the African catfish, an acceptable temperature rate is between 26 centigrade to 32 centigrade. When water temperature in the ponds constantly stay between 16 centigrade and 26 centigrade, feed intake reduce and fish growth rate will also reduce. Prolonged stress can open up the fish to opportunistic infections. When fish are consistently exposed to temperatures between 15 centigrade, fish growth will ultimately stop and death is just around the corner. Low temperature negatively affects rate at which waste are converted in the water. However, when water temperature is above 32 centigrade, the resultant effects on the African catfish is not good at all. This is because of the fact that oxygen is not readily soluble in very warm water. High temperature in the pond will stress the fish and eventually leads to death. And now let's look at pH, hydrogen ion. pH is the level of the hydrogen ion present in the water. For the fish in the pond, acceptable pH value is between 6.5 to 7.5. When it is below 4, fish will die due to water acidity. I have personally experienced this and it was not in any way pleasant. When pH is constantly between 4 to 6, fish will be alive, but due to stress will experience low growth. Feed intake will be highly staggered and reduced. FCR will also be very high. In fact, for the observant fish farmer, low pH in pond water is an indication of high CO2, carbon dioxide in the water. High pH value of between 9 to 11 in a pond water will also retard fish growth. Fish will ultimately die when pH level rise above 11. Low pH aids high proportion of ionized ammonia, which is less toxic to fish. The reverse is the case with high pH in the water. There is nothing as painful as being ignorant of this fact. These water parameters play a major role in the overall business of profitable fish farming. Making profit from fish farm really goes beyond just giving food to the fishes. Water quality parameter must be mentioned and acceptable range must be maintained. Growth time of fish in the pond must be within acceptable time. Nothing is painful as keeping fish in the pond for an unnecessary long period of time while money is being wasted on feed. So this is what we have for you today. We want to let you know about the importance of your water quality. Don't forget, this is Bright Future Fish Farm. Click on the notification button. Also click on the subscription button